mean, this is a nationwide epidemic. It's not just St. Pete. Tampa's got a $30 million gap. I mean, this is a conversation that's happening in every city. Now, in every other city, they're not having that conversation with you yet. We're the only ones that are out in front of this trying to get your input, and I thank you for that and all of those working on the people's budget.
What I would like you to consider possibly is take some of this money that we're investing in or risking in the stock market and invest in St. Pete.
We're proud to be the #1 arts destination. Proud to have a city behind us. We would like to say, please continue to fund the arts.
Over the last 2 months, dozens of organizers and volunteers have taken to the streets, the neighborhoods, and the churches, hoping to mobilize the people of St. Pete behind one common value: our duty to constructively participate in public sphere. The response from the community has been inspiring, to say the least. Not only were we taken aback by the amount of people that have always wanted to participate, but haven't had a means or an opportunity to do so, we've been able to identify a common vision for our city, even amidst this hyper-polarized political landscape that we find ourselves in. The overwhelming majority of citizens value the quality of life and the services that the city provides.
And Mayor, you did say something right. This is our city, this is our money, and we should have a say in how y'all spend our money. We still can make some changes in this city. I still see a lot of supervisors here making over 50 hours a week in overtime. When the workers, we haven't gotten raises in over 4 years. But the supervisors still getting overtime. I find that a problem.
No one expects you to carry the burden yourself, but don't keep asking those that have so little to give up even more.
It's libraries. It's the greatest free resource imaginable. A citizen in our city can have absolutely nothing, go to the library, have access to whole world through the internet. They can do research on an invention. They can do research to start a new business, be an entrepreneur. They can study art or poetry. They can just do their homework for school. They can't afford air conditioning, they just read while they cool off. So in my experience, most of the computer workstations are filled most of the time. And I would encourage the longest possible hours for libraries.
Could not bring yourselves to write the contracts that say, if the economy goes down, employee salaries and benefits go down. That's a business decision. That should have been done, and it needs to be done now.
I'm one of those people who agrees with the idea of maybe paying a little bit more if that's what it takes to maintain the services.
Don't build a stadium. Don't build a pier. Don't build a police building. I have trouble here in the economy. I'm not redoing my bathroom. No, I'm not redoing my bathroom because of the economy.
Very clear message, please do not raise taxes. The solution for your shortfalls, so-called shortfalls, is to cut spending. Do not listen to the people budget review. These are biased questions by biased people.
First of all, I'm a president of a youth organization, and I want to commend Mayor Foster and the Parks and Recreation Department for the services that they provide for the children in this city.
But there's a lot going to be done, and now is not the time for us to be cutting back. It's about expansion.
I'm here for libraries, youth arts, youth jobs, summer employment program.
You know, everyone who spoke, I agreed with parts of what everybody said, even to Dr. David, who was talking about cutting taxes. And anytime you hear cut taxes, but still fight crime, still, you know, and some talk about improved housing, improved business corridors. What we're trying to do is fund the but.
The need to invest in our center city neighborhoods, I think, is overwhelming, and that's just where we need to go if we're going to turn this thing around. Thank you.
Well, I also want to thank everyone for coming out. It's good to see a full house of people that are involved and care about their city. I appreciate the idea of a survey. It has really engaged people, and it gives us one way of the many that we do to look at it. I appreciate that you've done not just a survey, but also gone door to door, and as someone mentioned once, do like old school and show up at the hearings as well.
And I think we need to refocus on what we've done in years past that's really worked and see how we can do it again. You know, the youth issue needs to be addressed. Summer jobs. Councilmember Nurse talked about housing. Well, we need to address those things.